L982 to Heavy's 15 and a half, sitting on the clash.
689, contact tower on 135.3, we'll see you.
135.3, we'll see you, Skywest 4689.
262, reduce speed to 170.
Low to 170, Southwest 262. 33-3, 63,
You're not Gator, please.
170 ready to leave, United States.
Got a 5059, turn right heading 130.
Right turn heading 130, Skywest 5059.
Mile 4 Denver approach at Denver, altimeter 3010, maintain VFR.
010 at Jan, maintain VFR mile 5.
Mile 4, ready to contact mile east of Lima to 7000.
16 right, guys, 5787.
Southwest 262, turn right heading 080, on the center, maintain 7000.
Heading 080, descend 7000, Southwest 262.
Got 5787, maintain 170, knots or greater to Jetson.
170 or greater to Jetson, Skywest 5787. So it's 966, we're past the 20.8, descend the via to Ski 3 with hotel.
With hotel.
Southwest 966, Denver approach up plan. A RNAV Zulu approach, runway 16 right. Southwest 152, Denver approach, plan a visual approach, runway 16 left.
156.
Left, Skywest 5059.
Go to Southwest 1838.
Thank you. At 1782, contact tower 135.3.
35-3, 1782.
3.
God, 46 LV at Travis now, 11 o'clock, a mile and a half, 7,400.
45.
Right heading 145, Southwest 1830.
Visual for 16, Sky shooting 20.
3 north of you, half a mile, 7,400. Got it.
1140.
Southwest 262, heading 145, join the final on your quick visual approach, runway 16 right.
Heading 145, join final, clear for visual 16 right, Southwest 262.
United 1140, reduce speed to 170.
Speed 170, 1140.
6 left, Southwest 1830.
Southwest 693, fly heading 200, intercept the localizer, runway 16 left.
200 to intercept localizer 16 left, Southwest 693.
Skywest 5059, DF the airport, 12 o'clock, 18 miles.
Affirmative, airport inside, Skywest 659.
Skywest 5059, thank you, cross Kurt at or above 9,000, clear visual approach, runway 16 left.
Kurt, at or above 9,000, clear for the visual 16 left, Skywest 659.
Southwest 693, the airport out of the turn is 11 o'clock, 20 miles.
Southwest 693 has the airport inside.
Southwest 693, thanks, cross Kurt at or above 9,000, clear visual approach, runway 16 left.
Cleared out above 90,000, cleared for the visual 16 left, Southwest 693.
At 1140 airport, 2 o'clock and 2 miles.
Inside, United 1140.
You're looking, South 53 reporting.
2 o'clock, 3 miles, 73, 7,400. They're going to join final next year for the parallel.
Alright, we're looking, Skywest 659.
Unit Southwest 693, reduce speed now to 170, maintain that to lead.
Slow on 170, lead Southwest 693.
Southwest 1838, reduce speed to 190.
C190, Southwest 1830.
Guys, 5059, maintain 170 knots or greater to lead.
170 or greater to lead, Skywest 5059.
4697, Denver departure, ready to contact.
United 1029, turn right heading 080, on the center, maintain 7000.
Right turn 080 out of 8 and 7,000, United 1029.
Southwest 262, contact the tower on 135.3, we'll see you.
35-3, Southwest 262, good day. has airport inside.
Golden report, Frontier Flight 607, 25-8, descending to the water 3 with hotel. I missed the call, so I'd say again. Frontier 607. Frontier 607, never approach, radar plan, visual approach, runway 16 left. Landing visual 16 left, Frontier Flight 607. Airport 2 o'clock and about 13 miles, turn right heading 145 and intercept going 16 right, localizer.
Okay, heading 145, intercept 16 right, localizer for United 1029.
United 1029, do you have the airport in sight?
Affirm for United 1029.
United 1029, thanks. Clear visual approach going 16 right on that 145 heading to join.
Okay, clear visual 16 right on 145 heading to join.
Quick question. Go ahead. Any chance of 17 right? Yeah, I can get you there, Frontier 607, plan a visual approach runway 17 right. 17 right, thanks, Frontier 607. T761, maintain maximum forward speed. Southwest 152, contact approach 123.85.
152.
Air Mexico 658, contact approach 123.85.
Aeroméxico 658, hello.
Yep.
456 out of flight level 270 on the next 3.
T761, plotting 240.
Approach, good afternoon, Aeroméxico 658, 13,700, yeah, the next 3.
56. Descend to maintain 9,000. Air Mexico 658, Denver approach runway 17 right.
Only 17 right, Aeroméxico 658.
United 1029 traffic heading into the left is going to the left side, Boeing 737. Contact the tower on 135.3. We'll see you.
Okay, 35 through, got the traffic, United 1029. Maintain 1414, Frontier Flight 411.
City 628, flighting 245, vector final, descend to maintain 12,000.
245 and 12,000, got 5620. Where'd you say that is in relation to the airport? Southwest 966 today.
Got City 479, 280 knots, word greater.
Southwest 546, 270, descending on the T-bar 3, landing south with hotel.
Southwest 546, Denver approach plan, RNAV Zulu, runway 16 right.
RNAV Zulu, thanks.
6 right, Southwest 966.
Commuter 4233, turn right heading 080 and reduce speed to 170.
080 and 180, commuter 4233.
Commuter 4233, thanks, 80 heading and 170 knots.
170 knots, 80 heading, commuter 4233, thank you.
Commuter 4233, no worries. Final space to maintain 7,000, let me know when you get to the airport in sight.
Roger, 7,000, commuter 4232.
Approach guys, 5628, 723, 71, 245,
5628, Denver approach, thanks, descend to maintain 11,000.
11 left traffic, guys.
The 6761 is set to maintain 10,000. The 6761 flying 245.
Approach today, Canada 1037, to descend in via the Roger 3 and speed to 270.
Canada 1037, Denver 1037, Denver approach, flight visual approach runway 16 left, information in India current.
Visual 16 left, and we have India, please.
Frontier 411 is set to maintain 13,000.
Set to maintain 1313, Frontier Flight 411.
145, John the final, clear for visual 16 left, Southwest 152.
Kilometer per fixed operations at 17,500.
Approach Southwest 2278 out of 23, descend via the long hotel landing.
Connected to
South
PilotEdge.
2278, Denver approach, flight visual approach, runway 16 left.
Okay, 16 left, thank you.
4230. On 135.3, we'll see.
35.3, commuter 4233.
1,000.
Frontier Flight 411.
And just to confirm, Aeromico 658, the clearance was to 7,000, right?
Aeromico 658, thanks for verifying. Affirmative. Descend and maintain 7,000. Turn left heading 260.
Okay, 7,000 and left heading 260, Aeromico 658.
Approach Sky 5628 at any speed particular, 250.
Sky 5628, 210 or greater if you want. Descend and maintain 10,000.
10,000. 210 or better, Sky
11. 411, contact approach 123.85.
Front 385, front 3 flight 411 to you. Okay.
Hey guys, hey Daz, what's up, buddy? I saw that you had sent me a message earlier. I just have not read it yet. I got up early to make a bunch of phone calls to doctor offices and other stupid things you have to do. You have to sit on hold forever. So I've just been listening to elevator music all morning, it seems. So I figured I'd just do a low stress flight. Do a little IFR with this plane from San Fran to Reno, not Reno, yeah, Reno. We'll call it a gambling flight. How about that? Nora is just about to do ABC leg, but was mentioning I'm off if you wanted to do some extra traffic. Oh, okay. Yeah, usually I would have seen that, but like I said, I've been on the phone. But you're more than welcome to either depart. I know San Francisco has a GA ramp on the north side. There's also Palo Alto Airport, which is really close to here, and Half Moon Bay, which is on the other side of these mountains over there. So you could always take off a GA flight from any of those if you want, or you can take off from somewhere and arrive in the Reno, or whatever you want to do. If you're going to arrive in Reno, you might want to get a little bit closer, although it does take me about 45 minutes to get this thing set up. So if you leave, depending upon what you're flying, just a few minutes before me, we should arrive at the same time. Just depends on what you want to fly. Get these guys hooked up. Do you have this freeway airport? This is the Mr. X San Francisco. I believe he's actually working on a payware version of this, which is going to replace this freeware one. I'll probably get it as long as it supports X-Plane 12. If he makes one that doesn't support X-Plane 12 and then will charge an upgrade fee, then I won't get it till X-Plane 12 releases. Kind of have to look at that nowadays. X-Plane 12 is right around the corner. Looks like it's worked. Yeah, this is definitely Mr. X with I've got it's weird. The labels are not showing up. I don't know what's up with that. Let's get some fuel. Alright, going from San Fran to Reno. I'm going to do the trunk and two departure out of here. 104 passengers, 4.8 kgs. Flight level 250. A320. And I think I'm rounding this up. I think I wrote it down earlier. Yeah, I'm running the fuel up to 5. You usually want 3,000 extra. So adding about 300 to that, and then we'll just round this up to 5, and that will be plenty of fuel. Zero fuel weight is 57.5. That will come in with our performance numbers. You're departing on 1 left. Altimeter is 3019. So that will qualify us for the trunk and two. And that's with current is India. Reno is landing south. We got both available. Open it. We'll file PDC LC, I believe. Yeah, PDC LC capable. So we'll click that. We're doing 250 United A320. Trunk and two Orca Hobo Sierra. Might not get this flight plan. Sometimes they switch it up on me. We'll have to see. We shall see. So we'll go ahead and we'll file that and we'll see what we get. San Francisco for 1 left. Wind 5 knots. It's very hazy. 4-mile visibility. Otherwise the wind's okay. And Reno is wind calm, no clouds. So that makes it easy. Alright, let's get this thing powered up now that we know the fuel and the weight and all that. So, do batteries, external power, do seat belts, emergency lights, and get our adheres. Wait till it shows on battery, and then we'll go to the next one. On that, and let me make sure that this is 3,000. Alright, on bat, we'll go to the middle one, and we'll bring this up to 5.0 for our fuel. Start the transfer. That is all good. Open the window. And we need some lights. Need some lights. Sound volume is up, so that's fine. We'll do welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain and crew would like to welcome you on board this Airbus A320. If you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage under the seat in front of you, or in an overhead bin. The captain and crew will do everything possible to make your flight comfortable and enjoyable. The captain, the crew,
Not the best,
and flight factor wish you a pleasant flight.
Announcements. And we got 6 minutes to IR alignment or so. It's going to end up being 5, and we're going to load up with 104. So we'll figure this out by SimBrief. SimBrief calls for 57.5 minus 5980 plus 1,000 is 7520. So 57.5. That should match. $57.5 is our zero fuel weight, so that matches. So I need 27.5 percent CG, and then our takeoff weight, which we'll need, would be 57.5 plus 5 fuel, which is like 62.5. I'll need that for perf, and all that looks fine. So we'll do Navigraph. Do got our D-ATIS. Turn off the batteries so we can do a battery charge check here in a little bit. You got your route filed. Cool. Did you do the same route? Are you flying something different? So we need at least 10 quarts of oil. We've got 19. Hydraulic fluid is these little arrows, so boom, 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 they are all good. Batteries are off, so we'll do a battery charge check. So I'll pop that out, turn on the batteries, and that will connect to the external power. So we'll get an arrow for battery 2, an arrow for battery 1. If we see those arrows, then we're good to go. We got 2 arrows. Let's do an Apu Fire Test. All is good. Get the APU fired up. APU is coming up online. Check our bleeds and cross feeds. Make sure all those kick on. You're doing San Fran or Reno in the Phenom? Okay. You're on the GA ramp. If you want to see if I show up properly or not. GA ramp here. Let me see what it's called. Look that up. SFO. It is Signature Flight Services where you're going to be sitting. I'll run over there and take a look. So we got environment going. We got APU generator is available, so turn on the ground crew. Tell them we're going to be disconnecting external power. Running off of APU now. We can remove the ground power unit. Make things a little bit more quiet. Yeah, oh, there they go. Guess it took a second for... They're not showing up close for some weird reason. Is that you? All right, let me... I know the GA ramp is over here. You've been looking like an F4 to me, so chances are that's probably what you still look like, actually. Nope, there you are. You actually show up right now. I think I put in the correct one. Now the only issue is my scenery. It's probably you don't have the same scenery running. That's why you're underneath just a little bit. It doesn't happen too often though, but I bet you'll pop out of the ground once you get over here to like a taxiway. I see you on across. Distance makes me wingless. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's based off where my airplane is and not where I'm moving my free camera. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Mr. X, I think it's distance. Yeah, that's it. You're right. That's gotta be it. Alright. United. Log in here to, what is it called, CBDLC, and then once I hear that, a couple seconds I'll switch over so you guys can see the CBDLC. I need to Alright. Switch over here. ATC message. Click that. Go next. Standby. Previous. Coast Pilot, greetings from Portland. Hey, buddy. Today's public service announcements. Flight Sim survey is out. Yeah, you know, I'm not taking it this year because I'm tired of spending like hours and hours on something that has made not a whole lot of changes in favor of anything I've ever put in there. So I'm not going to waste hours and hours of my day or days taking that stupid survey. I shouldn't say stupid. It does have worth, just not enough to me to take it anymore. I've taken it every year for the last 3 years, and that is the biggest headache. Like some of the questions are so redundant. It's like, why don't you just ask it one time instead of the same question 3 different ways? It's on my last nerve, that survey. And so much of it, at least the last year, was all about Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I am so over that game, that Xbox game nowadays. I'm totally over it, with it crashing all the time and things breaking. It's just, they cater to Microsoft more than anything else these days. It's not exactly a professional crafted survey. Yeah, the survey shouldn't take more than 45 minutes tops. From start to finish, 45 minutes. I would actually spend 45 minutes. But 45 minutes on that survey, you're about 1/8 into it. I mean, it is ridiculous. There's one more platform agnostic, that was much shorter. Yeah, I remember the old one. It was shorter. There was a survey that was much shorter. And Das said earlier, Ada says 1 left, 1 right, so it's safe to assume that what I'll get, yes. No, actually. You can get, since you're on the north side, as long as the winds are favoring, let me check, it should be okay. The winds are only 5 knots, so you can request 28 right. So when you call for taxi, just request 28 right departure, since you're on the north end, and they'll give it to you 9 out of 10 times. I know I do that with like FedEx, because FedEx comes out of the northeast corner, or the northwest corner rather. The arrivals are different. Yeah, the arrivals are 2/8, departures are 1s. But you can do the same SID most of the time, 2/8 in the 1s, which I'll brief the SID in a little bit, which is the trunk in 2. Orca transition, Hoboa. All right, so they changed my IFR request. I filed the Sierra 3 arrival, so they changed it to Waller. That is fine with me. So Hoboa, and then Waller, W-A-L-A-R. All right, climb via the SID, except maintain 10,000. 10,000. Expect 250. 10 minutes after departure, 135.1. Squawk 6157. So then the whole thing here is Trunkin 2, Orca, Hobo, Waller, Reno. We'll accept that. KSFO, elevation 13, and I know I am at it's like 63. E7, E9, I'm in there, so that would be E7, E9. Right there. December. We are at SFO. We want RNO. Pop that in there. $37.37.1, 122.23.0. So we'll move this one down. Wait a minute. 23.0. I'm going the wrong way. San Francisco is the middle of the road. Alright, 37.37.1, 122.23.0. That looks good. Align. And then we'll add in our tropa and altitudes and all that. Says the arrivals and departures are one left and one right. ATIS does. SFO. Yes. You got arriving 2.8s, departing 1s. Approaches are 2.8s. VFR departure, blah blah blah. Next page. So, yeah, there's no real restrictions. So you can request 2.8 right departure. I do it all the time. Like at FedEx is up here. So whenever I do FedEx out of San Fran, I come down Charlie, all the way down here to 2.8 right, and you're parked up here at signature. So just say when you call in your taxi clearance, just say you're current with information, whatever the ATIS is, which right now is IDA, India, I mean. And then just request 2.8 right departure, trunk into whatever. And they'll, 9 out of 10 times they'll give it to you. Because otherwise they know they have to have you cross runways. Or they take this ridiculous route. So yeah, I always request 2.8 right for departure because it's the same SID. Shall I begin taxi? That's up to you. You'll beat me there. I haven't even entered in the flight plan. I haven't done any perf or anything. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go, but you're on a Phenom, so you probably would only be like 5 minutes behind me, you know, airtime. So that's up to you if you want to taxi or not. The altimeter is 3019. And that matches the field elevation. Looks like we're all fueled up, so we'll turn that off and we'll remove the fuel cart. Update my weather. Alright. So let's enter in some flight plan. And the flight plan is I don't think Sam shows to flight plan. No. That'd be cool if it showed the flight plan that I filed. But it's alright, it changed anyway. So GPS is primary. So first I want to get my cruise temperature. So we're going to come over here and pull this up. So first, actually TROPA, which is TRP. So I go to top of climb, top of descent. So it's 51,000 feet for TROPA. And then our cruise is flight level 250. So I want negative 29 on the temperature. So 51 and 29. So 51,000 for TROPA. And it was minus 29. The reason I do that is because if you put in 250 and then you just plug it in here, it doesn't give you the right temperature. So we do 250 minus 29. Whoops. Minus 29. And now you have the right temperature, and the ground temperature is 15 Celsius. Now it's all correct. Alright, let's do a flight plan. Actually, let's get our performance numbers first. So again, for performance, we're doing 57.5, 20. Actually, the gross weight is 62.5. And we'll break on this. Hang on, let me get rid of that feedback. Okay. Alright, we'll come over here. And I need the runway information. I'll show you where I get it from. I'll use my laptop so I don't have to go back and forth. So we're using one left. So that would be Tora 7650. So you just go, you right click on San Fran, come down here to one left, Tora 7650. Two, 331. And then we need the runway heading and elevation for these calculations. So, down 028. Elevation is rounding that up to 11. And the length is 23.1. Don't worry about a slope. Don't have to worry about that. And the winds, according to ATIS, (020) at 5 Temperature 16. QNH is 1022. It's dry. Takeoff weight is 62.5. We're gonna flex. That can be, we'll leave that off, and we're gonna do 1 plus F config. And the CG is 27.5. So 138, 139, 140. 138, 39, 40, flex 66, and that's showing an up of 0.2. We'll double check that later. Alright, so back to the aircraft here. Alright, San Fran, departure, 1 left. Trunk and 2, Orca transition. I'm going to insert. And then after Orca, we're going to do Hoboa. H-O-B-O-A. H-O-B-O-A. And we're going to do Waller. W-A-L-A-R. W-A-L-A-R. Insert. And then we'll dial in this arrival, which would be ILS 16 right Zulu. It's got a cool RNAV approach section to it. It's an RNAV coupled ILS. So we'll do that via Hoboa. So that should approach unless Zulu 16 right. So we got Hoboa here, and then it should go to Judpu, which it does, and then Zombie 230 max. All right, it's got that in there. So what it did was it deleted that extra waypoint. So I'll do a second flight plan. Yeah, I'll do a second flight plan without the approach. Actually, yeah. Change my mind. I'm not gonna do a second flight plan. I'll get the approach early enough. If not, I'll figure that out as I go. 28 right for your takeoff, doing partial runway. Getting ready to depart 28 right. All right, cool, man. Not a problem. Yeah, you can probably even get that's probably what you meant, partial runway, like doing an intersection departure. They do that a lot. Alright, so we're going to go to init, we're going to get our winds. So we're going to wind request. And then we're going to init page 2, and we're going to put in those CG numbers. Going to jot it down, so 57.5 and 27.5. And the block fuel 5. That's initial fuel prediction. So it'll take a couple seconds. So those fuel I knew would give me at least 45 minutes extra. That's what you're looking for. So then we'll change this to 510, which is 500 AGL for climb thrust. We'll leave it 1000 AGL for engine out climb thrust. Do initial speed for 200, and the decision height for that is 200 radar per straight in. So that's 200 AGL of decision height, and go around is all good. So if we need to come back here really fast, we'll plan 28 left approach. So we'll just put San Francisco here, so that is a continuation distance and bearing to the threshold of that runway. So if you're in the air and you need to come back to that runway really fast, you just click that, look here, and that will tell you which way to turn and the distance. And we'll go to perf and we'll put in our V speeds, which is 138, 139, 140, and 66 for the flex. Alright, San Fran to Reno. We're doing the Trunkin 2. Doing the Trunkin 2 out of here. So we're going to do the ones. So this could go either way. So the notes. Always read the notes. So if you're taking off 28, which you may already be in the air, I'm not listening. Don't exceed 210 knots until leaving 520 feet. So if you're taking off 10 or 28s, 28s, below 210 until reaching 520, then you make a right turn straight to Trunkin. We, however, will climb 014 to 520 feet, then right turn to Tidy, above 3000, on to Trunkin, and then on to the Orca transition up here. So that is our departure. Pretty easy. So this departure works for both the GA, FedEx, and the terminal. That's why this is one of our, it's an easy, fun departure. Do some fuel pumps and autopilot. So climb via. So climb via would be top altitude, flight level 190. need to pressurize the brake, the bottle. So there's two ways you can do that. You can use the yellow pump, which is up here. Turn on the PTU and the electric pump for the yellow system. That will pressurize it, or the easier way is to just use the cargo, close the cargo door because they are connected to the yellow pump. So when I close this door, this will pressurize and will pressurize the bottle. Bottle's pressurized, that's good. Pressure's falling off because it just needed it for the temporary. We'll close all these doors, get rid of our chocks now that we don't need them.
Grounded cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready. Grounded cockpit, toes driving up.
Do an emergency generator check. Saw the shed lights there. Clear out all the warnings. We'll lower these lights. Clear out this caution. Press and hold to clear. And then we'll check FADEC. Close that window. Come up here and we'll turn on our FADEC. Engine displays will pop on. You know the engine displays are working now, so we can turn them off.
Okay. All doors, hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Check all of our lights. The strikes are yellow, that's fine. All lights are good. Close that door.
Yes, Captain. We are waiting for your instruction. Ground to flight deck. All holds and hatches are closed. Walk round complete.
So connected, bypass pin inserted. Release the parking brake.
Alright, we'll lower the fuel to, we'll say 4.9. Now we'll do 4.8. 4.8. Get our fuel updated. That will update our extra fuel and time. Turn on our beacon. And they do not simulate ramp control. So we can just push back.
Starting pushback, go ahead and start the engines.
Ignition. I like to monitor hydraulics on the bottom. Engine 2. San Francisco, you have to run mode Charlie on all taxiways, all surfaces, so 6157. Should have done that before I pushed back, but that's okay. I'll monitor ground control here, so ground is 121.8. And tower is 120.5.
South 1984 Albuquerque Center, climate maintained for level 280.
And we'll get a generator available. We'll kick on engine 1. Jogs are good. All that's good.
All exits on this airplane are clearly marked. Take a moment to locate the nearest one. Keep in mind, it may be behind you. All exits have evacuation slides to use in an emergency. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide.
Operation complete. Set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Generators available. Put that to normal. Go to flaps 1. Which will give us a 1+F takeoff config, which is 1 notch of slats, 1 notch of flaps. Crew supply oxygen on. We'll check out our compass. 320. Turn that off. 320. Good there. Oxygen should be on. It's green. 1880 psi. We'll give the mask a test here.
Tow is disconnected. Bypass pin's been removed. Hand signal on the left. She's all yours, Captain.
And that's all fine. So for trim, looking at a CG of 27. So that's up 0.3. So plug that in there. Pop that up to 0.3. Double check it with the perf data. And we're really close, so that is good enough. Make sure the cargo heat is on. APU can come off. Pitot window heat can come on. And flight controls. All that is good. We can do taxi lights. Squawking mode Charlie. Let's get an updated ATIS here. Information Juliet 3016. Departing one.
That was 486. Contact Albuquerque Center 134.32.
3432, Scotch 46.
There is, I'm trying to remember where that note is. Oh, here it is. So this note here, ASSC in use, operator transponders with altitude reporting mode or ADS-B equipped, enabled on all airport surfaces. So a lot of times you don't have to be in altitude reporting mode, which is mode Charlie, on most airports, but I know San Francisco requires it. So that's why even though I'm in the ramp area, the non-movement area, I'm squawking altitude because this airport requires it.
Ask clearance on request, standby.
I thought it might have been in the ATIS, but it's actually on the airport chart. Okay. Alright, so we're good with Juliet and 3016, so we'll lower this. And we'll lower this.
We're 751 Lima Uniform, ask clearance, cleared to Cheyenne, Actually, stand by one moment, please.
Go ahead and arm that. And we'll go through Ecan Checks.
November 1 Lima uniform is cleared to Cheyenne Airport. Winds not a departure. Kremling. Transition. There you can join Victor 361. And that is filed. Climb and maintain 16,000. Expect flight level 230 within 5 minutes. Departure 123.8. Squawk
I'm going to run the
2612.
little boy's room while he's giving that clearance. I'll be right back.
Lima uniform is clear to Cheyenne Airport. Inside departure, Kremlin transition. There will join Victor 361 as filed. Climb maintain 16,000. Flight level 230 and 5. 123.8 and departure 2612. Squawk 41 Lima uniform.
November 751 Lima uniform, read back correct. Number 25 Delta Bravo Reno, altimeter 3030 across Hobo at 16,000.
Alright, I think we are ready to rock and roll here. Let's update our weather. That way everything looks like it should, or close to it. And we're with Juliet. Still Juliet. So we're going to go up to 6 ramp stand 6. Captain, San Francisco ground, United 1399, ramp stand number 6, current with Juliet, ready to taxi.
Yeah, 1399 San Francisco ground, runway 1 left, taxi via Alpha and Mike.
1 left via Alpha and Mike, United 1399. Alright, to Alpha and Mike, so. Alpha to Mike, alright. 4 minutes till top of descent. Phenom's faster than I thought. Yeah, well, I mean, you flew with me that day when I flew from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, and you, like, we departed basically the same time, and you arrived maybe 5 minutes after I touched down. Like, I was just parking at the gate when you were on short final. So really, I mean, yeah, you're slower than me in a Phenom, but I mean, really not that big of a difference. Like 5 minutes slower, really. So yeah, you could have waited a little bit longer, but that's cool.
That was 1984, contact Los Angeles Center 124.62.
Yeah, I probably have about 20 minutes airtime, maybe. Something about that. Maybe a little bit shorter. I mean, a little bit longer. 20, 25. Let me see what SimBrief gave me for airtime. 30 minutes. I think I can beat 30 minutes. I'm probably going to be more like 25. So yeah, I'll be there. I should be landing about my normal time. Alright, so we're going to do auto brake max. Takeoff config test is normal. And these are all still valid. The wind hasn't changed that much. Slight right crosswind, that's about it.
Ground, November, Untitled uniform, FBO ramp with Yankee, ready taxi.
751 Lima uniform, Aspen ground, runway 33, taxi V Alpha.
33, V Alpha, 1 Lima uniform.
Switch to tower, do landing lights and strobes. I'll let the crew know. Winds are good. I'll turn the packs off here in a moment. Departure is 135.1. Let me get that set up. 135.
Provide Delta Bravo, roger.
0.1 is NorCal. And we be holding short and 1 left. San Francisco Tower, United 1399, hold short 1 left.
Yeah, 1399 San Francisco Tower. Looks like you went to Mike 1. Fine, runway 1 left from Mike 1. Cleared for takeoff. Wind variable at 4.
Oh, probably more out of force habit. So, yeah, 1 left from Mike 1. Cleared for takeoff. United 1399.
Okay, it's 46. Contact LA Center 124.62. We'll see you.
Approaching 01 left.
Yeah, he said Mike, so that would have been right there. So, yeah, my bad. That's Mike. They usually give me Mike 1.
Ground,
so that was purely
heavy.
habit.
To Poland with X-ray.
Air Force 55, heavy, Glacier ground, clear to Portland Airport.
On runway
Philly 1, departure,
left.
icy transition. Direct JORAD, Juliet, Oscar,
Engines are
Romeo,
stable.
Alpha, Delta. There, join the hood for
Flex
arrival.
66 SRS is active, airspeed's
Copy
alive.
the SID, accept maintain flight level 230. Squawk 2521.
You're cleared to Poland with a Kili 1 IC transition, direct JOAD, hood for arrival, climb with the fit,
B1 rotate.
230, squawk 2521, count force 55.
Yeah, force 55, heavy reback, correct?
Positive right, gear coming up.
Number 25 Delta
We'll
Bravo.
do
contact
runway
North
heading
Bridge
to
119.2.
520.
United 1399, contact NorCal departure.
Over to NorCal departure, United 1399.
NorCal approach, November 25 Delta Bravo, 170, descending 16,000, and information extra.
Number 25 Delta Bravo, NorCal approach, thanks for X-ray, expect visual approach runway 16 left.
Expect visual on 1 left, November 25 Delta Bravo.
Hard type fighting 1 left, it'll be runway 16 left, 16 left.
Oh, sorry about that, I got out 16 left, November 25 Delta Bravo.
NorCal departure, United 1399. Climbing via the Drunken 2, leaving 3,600.
United 1399, NorCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
I maintain flight level 190, United 1399. Alright, so we'll speed her up. Packs are on, speed brake. Unarmed.
33, ready for departure.
At 215 knots, the flaps will retract on their own. I don't have to do anything.
Number 751, Lima uniform, Aspen Tower, runway 33 cleared for takeoff.
But I do have to handle the slats.
Takeoff, 1 Lima uniform.
So we will do the slats manually at 220. That will take out the leading edge slats and we'll clean it up. Clean up the airplane. Lower this sound a little bit. It gets pretty loud. The wind. It's good old Oakland. What we'll do is about 20 miles, 10 miles from Hoboa.
Flight present heading, vectors, visual approach, runway 16 left.
We don't get the next approach for that.
250 knots or less, and flight present heading, and then descend and maintain 10,000, November 25 Delta Bravo.
Alright, Roger Dodger. Climbing on the Drunken 2.
Number 1 Lima uniform, contact departure.
Departure 1 Lima uniform.
But yep, that was my bad. He did tell me Alpha Mike.
Departure November 7 1 Lima uniform, 8.3, climbing 16,000.
So my mistake was, out of force of habit, I went to Mike 1, which is full length. So Mike would have been an intersection, and I mean there was nothing confusing about his instruction.
751 Lima uniform, Aspen departure.
I just messed up by force of habit and went full length. We all make mistakes. Alright, we're above 10,000. We can turn off those blinders. And there's no weather to speak of, but if you wanted the weather, you could turn it on there. Doesn't really do anything to FPS that I've noticed, and you can turn the gain up, tilt the radar down.
Number 5 Delta Bravo, descend and
If you
maintain
have
9,000.
storms ahead of you or whatever.
Descend and maintain 9,000, November 25 Delta Bravo.
We'll just leave it off for now. Or you could do terrain.
1399, contact Oakland Center 132.2.
Oakland Center 132.2, United 1399.
Number 1, lane me uniform, climb and maintain, flight level 200.
32.2.
200, 1 lane uniform.
Pop that over there. I already checked that earlier. That was fine. Oakland Center and United 1399, 12,800, climbing flight level 190.
1399, Oakland Center, climb and maintain, flight level 250.
Climb maintain flight level 250, United 1399. And that will give me, I went full speed, slow into 300. Give it a second, we'll climb like Dickens. We're at like 3,700 feet per minute. And that will give me about a 6-minute cruise before we get to Hoboa, which is like actually that's course 18 miles. Okay. Usually I would have climbed out of here at about 270. Wasn't paying attention. Streamer mistakes. Or I should say, my mistakes when I stream. Coming up to transition altitude here shortly, and our cabin pressure is climbing. All is good.
Number 5 Delta Bravo, turn right.
Coming
heading
up to transition,
150,
so we'll
maintain
go
8,000.
standard on both.
Number 5 Delta Bravo, turn right, heading 150, descend and maintain 8,000.
We can turn the seatbelts off. We're high enough now. So the approach that I want to do...
55 Heavy Glacier ground, runway 2, taxi via Bravo.
Let me wait till this scenery finish loads in and I'll show you the approach.
5 Delta Bravo, continue right turn heading 170, the airport will be 12 o'clock and 12 miles. Report when you have in sight. Number 5 Delta Bravo, cleared visual approach, runway 16 left.
It's a clear day, we could do a visual, but this approach is fun. It's a coupled RNAV ILS. So we're going to take it from Hoboa, which is our second to last waypoint. This is what I'm going to request as long as the winds don't change on us.
380 is level 350.
Walker 380, Denver.
I'll get Ada's here in a minute.
Hello.
So he'll tell us to cross Hoboa.
Contact Reno Tower 118.7.
It says at 16,000, so I guess I'll set that for a top of descent here in a minute. Actually, let me do that now. So we'll say 16,000 at Hoboa. Say.
Number 25 Delta Bravo, Reno Tower, runway 16 left, clear to land, 1 variable 5.
Okay. So from Hoboa, we'll go to here, and then these are MEAs 10-7, but the RNAV will, the VNAV, yeah, the VNAV will take care of this. It does a pretty good job with the profile. And then we'll set the MCP when we're cleared the approach for 7,500 because that's like one of the most dangerous areas on this approach is this mountain. Creeps up on you because this is all kind of flat in here. So it can be misleading. So I always set it for 7,500 and I'll capture the glide slope there and take it down to Reno. So it's a fun approach right along the mountains. And we'll double check the frequency and course and all that. And we'll grab, has a D-ATIS at Reno, so we'll check that right now, make sure they're still landing south. Which I'm sure they are.
Number 1, Lima Uniform, contact Denver Center 120.47.
Center, November
current with X-ray.
8.6 climbing flight level 200.
TBN 7.
And the altimeter is 3030.
Denver Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
And the temperature is 13, and the winds are 0405. Am I at top? Yes, I'm at top. So let's go managed. Alright, so they're still departing on the arriving 16 left and right, so we want 1 right, 16 right. So we'll put in our weather information here. So X-ray. So Reno. We'll pick that up again in a little bit.
Campers 55, heavy Glacier Tower, wind 360 at 5, runway 2, cleared for takeoff.
And ILS 16 right. And we want Zulu from Hoboa. So we'll
yeah, 1399 cross Hobo at 16,000, Reno altimeter 3030.
Cross Hobo at 16,000, 3030, United 1399. I'll lower our MCP to 16,000. And our top of descent is already set, so I set that there. So let's do the weather I just grabbed. So 3030. Temperature was 13 Celsius, and the wind 040 at 5. And we'll pass on the approach when we get within 10 miles of Hoboa. We're 70 miles out, so we can hold off on passing on any approach for right now. We can switch our TCAS from above to all. And we'll go through some Ecan checks here. It's loading in scenery. I'm not going to move. Back to that. Can lower the temperature and or raise it rather in the back. Okay. All looks well, fuel's even enough. I lowered the cockpit temperature and I raised the aft cabins, all that looks right. Systems are normal. And we're just going to do...
Number 5 Delta Bravo, straight ahead Lima, that first left turn into the GA ramp, and this frequency is fine every day. Air Force 55 Heavy, contact Salt Lake City Center, good day.
You know what? I'm gonna do
Salt Lake
this.
Center, good morning, Canforce 55, heavy 6,500 kilometers SID, XM attaining 50230.
Canforce 55, Salt Lake City Center, radar
So
contact.
I want to put a waypoint in before Hoboa, before Jutbu, in case I don't get this approach. And that would be Waller, because that's what was in our flight plan. So we'll do it WALAR, and we'll put that right there so we can switch to this if we need to. And we still got a little ways to go for our top descent. It's about 20 miles. I'll update our winds here in a moment. .48 miles. And the winds at Reno are still out of the north, but 5 knots. So we're going to have a 5 knot tailwind.
Uniforms could direct the Kremlin viewer.
That's okay.
Kremlin, one uniform.
Put this approach on my laptop. Use my laptop as a backup for everything. And NorCal is usually 19.2, so I'll get that ready for the transfer. So I guess when I'm at my top of descent, I'll just request my approach at that point, so that way I don't have to call them twice within a very short period of time. There's Lake Tahoe. Alright, so we need to update our winds. So we're going to do wind data, wind request, update. That's going to mess up my arrival perf, so we just go back here, do 040 at 5, and then coming up to 5 miles, we'll do manage, which will start it off at about 1,000 feet per minute. And we are 30 miles away from Hoboa.
Canforce 55, contact Seattle Center 125.1.
Contact Seattle 1251, Canforce 55, goodbye.
I'll let him check in first.
Seattle Center, Canforce 55, level 185, climate base SID, XM attaining 50230.
Canforce 55, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 380.
I'm attaining 5380, Canforce 55.
Oakland Center, United 1399 is leaving flight level 250. Also, I'm current with X-ray. If I can pass on an approach request.
United 1399, go ahead.
I'd like to pick up the ILS Zulu 16 right approach, full approach from Hoboa.
United 1399, roger. I will get that taken care of, standby.
Okay. So, I had the second flight plan in there as a just in case for that Waller waypoint, but I'm not going to really need that now.
Yeah, 1399 cross Hobo at 16,000, then cleared the ILS Zulu runway 16 right approach.
Cross Hobo at 16,000, cleared, then cleared ILS Zulu 16 right approach, United 1399. Alright, so we can actually go lower than 16, and I said that would be what, 75, so we'll do 75 for our lowest. He cleared us to fly the approach, so we can follow the glide path down, all the way down. So we're doing this number. I got NorCal on the ready. So we just basically passed on the approach to NorCal, so NorCal will know what the heck we're doing and why we're not on the original flight plan. Because the original flight plan pretty much takes us from here to here and then directly over the airport. So that's why I always ask to have this, to have it passed on. And that usually only works as long as the initial approach fix, which HOBOA is within the center's area of responsibility. So we're going up to transition altitude. So we're going to pick this up to 3030. 18.3, 18.3. It's looking good. And we'll put our CTAF, not CTAF, TCAS on below. So if there's any hits, we'll see it. Turn on terrain for the fun of it. Not a cloud in the sky. Yeah, I know, right? Brain has apparently given up. My brain always gives up. I filed over Waller, which put me north already.
United 1399, contact NorCal approach 119.2.
NorCal approach 119.2, United 1399. To 19.2. NorCal approach, United 1399, find the ILS Zulu 16 right, approach course, leaving 15,000.
United 1399, NorCal approach, roger, altimeter 3030.
3030, United 1399. So I just confirmed with the new controller what I was doing, so he knows what I'm doing. We're all on the same page. What is the ILS on this thing? So the ILS is 110.9. 164 is a course heading, that's correct. You can see where my ortho quits. I do have a block of ortho for Reno with the city. But this little area out here is just X-plane stock. It's one of the few places I don't have ortho that I fly in. Although after HOBA, he had me on headings for visual. That's because you didn't ask for the approach. So I knew that this RNAV coupled ILS starts at HOBA, so I knew to ask for it with center. You wouldn't have known that though unless you had flown this a bunch of times like I had. I'm just familiar with this flight is all. So I'm getting 16 right from HOBOA because 16 left doesn't have a full approach like this right off of the IFR flight plan. And you're on the left side, the GA ramp. Okay. Trying to chat with my significant other here at the same time. You know me and multitasking. All right. Let's turn on the seatbelt since we're getting close here. And tower is, what is tower? 18.7. And then ground is 0.9er. 18.7. Turn on some lights. We got 13.0405, all that is still good. All the lights are on. Cabin pressure is dropping. 4416, auto land elevation is correct. So we can turn that off. And we're doing a 16 right. So Reno, 16 right. Pop that in there. 18 miles, bearing 172. As we're turning toward that bearing anyway. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hit the brakes here. I'm going to do 1,000 feet per minute and we're going to slow down to 187. So we'll hold up at 7,500 feet. I'll bring in a little bit of air brake. Turn on the ILS. And we'll turn on the localizer, so we'll intercept the localizer. And approach, we'll go ahead and arm approach. All the approaches. Flaps 1, take that out now. So that's why 7,500 feet is the magic number, because that will kill you. 200, flaps 2. Gear down.
13 and 9, connect to Reno Tower 118.7.
Over to Reno Tower 118.7, United 13 lane. Reno Tower, United 13 line 9, establishing a localizer 16 right.
Yeah, 13-9, Reno, runway 16 right, clear to land.
16 right, clear to land, United 1399. Alright, 16 right, we'll probably exit at, looks like November. So are we in approach mode? Yes, we are. So we're going to do managed. Arm the spoilers. Do auto brake low. And 60 knots. Do flaps full. And missed approach procedure is climb to 13,000 on the missed approach course, which is pretty much straight out. So
1,000.
I'll reset this for 13,000. So we are set for missed. We're on tower. We are clear to land. Ground is 0.9er. Get ground set up. May or may not give it to me. We do have to cross a runway at some point. I don't remember if it's active or not.
November 1, uniform certified discretion, maintain 15,000. Denver, also there's 3009.
Alright, if we need to fly the mist for whatever reason, it would be full throttle, flaps 3, gear
Approaching.
up.
16 right.
And then we'll go to climb thrust. And then we'll clean up to
500.
flaps 1.
400. 100 above, 300.
Got a 7 knot tailwind, so we got to keep up the speed here.
Minimum 200.
Autopilot off, my plane.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 20, 10, 5.
Reversers are green, spoilers are activated, indicated slowing, and we're not going to make Bravo. See if we can make Papa down here on the right. Reversers back to normal, and we'll make it right here on Papa.
Camp Force 55, roger.
Always stop after the stop bar, not before. I'm not sure if he wants me to go on this taxiway or that one, so we'll stop right here. Reno Tower, United 1399, off the runway at Papa and Fred Thurman.
Yeah, 1389, taxi via Papa Alpha, cross runway 7 at Alpha.
Taxi via Papa Alpha, cross runway 7 at Alpha, United 1399. Alright, so Alpha is right over here. So we can turn off our strobes and landing lights. sometimes they tell you to switch to ground after you cross runway 7. She said earlier that you don't mind the visual at all. Yeah, no, the visual is great for in here, but just with this in particular Airbus, I like doing the full approaches. It's just fun because this plane specifically handles those types of approaches really well with the arcs and all that stuff. You were one layer in too deep. It had it. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty standard approach. You probably could have done it, but you would have had to request it before Hoboa. You sent a bunch of pictures you got of the approach. Oh, sweet. You copied another Phenom route. I think you and I got the same exact route.
Approaching 07.
So, like the second flight plan, I had put in that other waypoint. So in case I would have needed it, I would have had the actual route that he gave me. But I had put in the approach because I knew I was going to ask for it. National Guard. This scenery was a freeware scenery on the OR, guys. Using this with the Mr. X airport environment, HD environment, really brings this airport to life. It requires a bunch of libraries, but as you can tell, it's completely worth it. This is payware quality. So what I did was I bought the surrounding area, which is Ortho and the city. I bought that, but not this airport. This airport's completely free. And it comes with SAM gates, I believe. Maybe it's AutoGate. Actually, this might be AutoGate, actually. I think it's one of the older airports. But the GA ramp is over there. I fly my King Air out of here sometimes on that side of the neck of the woods. This is AutoGate. One thing I don't like about AutoGate, it's not that accurate. So sometimes the gate won't work.
Number 1, leave me no format for cancellation. Receive squad VFR, frequency change route. Gotcha.
Yeah, this is AutoGate. sometimes you just have to shut down the APU, and then sometimes the gate will close. It's kind of weird. You just went further north for the arrival. Oh, here comes the gate. It's like a time delay or something. Yeah, well, the approach took me that way because the approach has 16 right and then 16 left. Doesn't have that. See, there is no 16 left. There's a localized, I mean, there's a RNAV 16 left, but like 16 right Yankee, for example, is a typical ILS without the RNAV part. So they're both, you know, the same frequency. They're both ILS and all. But the ILS Zulu is coupled with the RNAV waypoints. So it just makes it fun. Makes it scenic. That's why I do the Zulu one. But you can, you know, you have a choice between Zulu, Yankee, that's 3, 4, it's going the other way. And then you have X-ray, which has a little bit of a different entry out here compared to the Yankee. So you actually have 1, 2, 3 approaches for 16 right for ILSs, you know. For IFR approaches, you have 3 choices for 16 right. And a lot of times I'll choose Yankee or even Zulu. Most of the time I pick Zulu because it has a circling element to it. It's just 1,100 feet radar. But a lot of times I make a FedEx flight and I come down and I can do the same approach from clock using the Kino 2. So the Kino 2, when I come from Las Vegas, I come down this star into Reno, and then I do a full approach from clock, which is the initial approach fix. So I'll do the same approach except coming over these mountains instead of coming this way. So that's why the ILS Zulu, to me, is just way more fun for doing the 16 approaches because it has the RNAV part to it. It's just a fun approach, that's all. That is it. Let's do a replay of the landing. Freaking mouse disappeared. Oh, I know why. Because that's on. Okay. So before I do a replay, let's disconnect, because if you don't, you'll show back up in the air. Turn that off. So one thing I wish this plane had was better, or any sounds really, for the replay. At least Tallest has sounds on replay. This is Flight Factor. That city is what I bought, which is I wouldn't recommend it. It's not worth it. It comes with a little bit of ortho surrounding this area, just a little patch around the airport. The file is actually quite big, and it doesn't really do that much to the visuals. Looking back, I don't think I would have bought it. The airport's awesome though. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. Das, Coast Pilot, you guys have a good week. I think I'll upload this stream to my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is linked below, so if you guys haven't yet, go ahead and follow my YouTube too. I have the playlist done by aircraft type, so if you want to see how I fly in particular aircraft, just click on the playlist, click on the aircraft, and then it's all that in particular aircraft. Later, Das. Take care. Chase out.
Approach Frontier Flight 411 is a 12-8, descending 12.
That's 411, never approach, thanks for me, 16 left.
16 left, 411.
Air Mexico 658, speed is your discretion, the airport's 9, moving to 10 o'clock and 9 miles.
Airport inside, Air Mexico 658.
Mexico 658, thanks. Your clear visual approach for me 17 right, turn left heading 200 until you're established on the localizer.
Okay, left heading 200 until established on the localizer, for visual approach to runway 12 right, and set discretion on Air Mexico 658.
0 knots, been a call for it on the arrival. Contact approach 123.85.
Public speed as a call for it, Frontier Flight 607.
Air Mexico 658, contact the tower on 133.3, we'll see you.
Airport Frontier Flight 607, 13.6, descending to the logger 3, 230 until grub, and public speed.
Frontier 607, never approach, thanks for me 17 right.
17 right, thanks sir.
Southwest 152, contact the tower on 135.3, we'll see you.
35-3, Southwest 152, get it?
Southwest 1794, ready speed at 210.
Car.
6761, descend to maintain 9,000, fly heading 240. Conservative, pitch hit approved. Descend to maintain 1,000.
111, Frontier Flight 411.
Frontier Flight 470, contact Denver Center 133.905 today.
Ghost 5628 airport, 10 o'clock and about 18 miles.
5620.
Ghost 5628 flighting 200 to join the final on your clear visual approach, train 16 left.
Heading 200 to join, clear visual, 16 left, guys, 5620.
Departure radar contact, climb unrestricted, flight level 230.
10,000.
Center maintain 10,000, Frontier flight 411.
Frontier 607, flighting 250, and the center maintain 11,000.
250 on heading, 11,000, Frontier flight 607. 2385, South 17 airport here.
South 3479, resume public speed, contact approach 123.85.
85, guys, what's that?